Most people don't stay broke because they're lazy. They stay broke because they keep thinking like broke people. Today, I'm going to give you the 10 mindset shifts that separate the rich from everyone else. And number 10 is what most millionaires swear by to stay rich.
Oh, yes.
Stop trading time for money. If you get paid for every hour you work, you've already put a cap on your income. There are only so many hours in a day, and you can't work them all without running yourself into the ground. Think of it like this. A highly paid lawyer might bill $300 an hour. Sounds amazing, right? But the moment they take a vacation, get sick, or just decide to sleep in, that money stops flowing. Now look at someone who owns an apartment building. Rent payments roll in whether they're working, traveling, or binge-watching Netflix in sweatpants. That's the difference between income tied to time and income tied to assets. This doesn't mean you need to storm into your boss's office tomorrow and quit your job. Instead, start planting seeds for streams of income that don't require you to clock in every day. Maybe you create a digital course. Maybe you buy a rental property. Maybe you invest in dividend-paying stocks or start a YouTube channel that earns ad revenue. The first time you wake up and see money come in while you're asleep, something in your brain flips. You start thinking differently. Even if you free up your time, you won't get rich if you fall into the next trap, and it's one almost everyone falls into without even realizing it. Learn to love delayed gratification. Broke thinking says, I want it now. Rich thinking says, I can wait if waiting means I'll have more later. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men alive, built his fortune not by chasing the next hot trend, but by letting his money grow and compound for decades. He started with just a few $1,000s and let time do the heavy lifting. Most people fail because they keep eating the seed instead of planting it. You earn some extra cash and immediately spend it. New clothes, gadgets, and dinners. The problem is that cash could have been your seed money, the capital that grows into something much bigger over time. Next time you get a bonus, tax refund, or side hustle payout, pause before spending it. Maybe that means investing in a skill, buying a piece of equipment for your business, or putting it into an asset that produces income. The key is training your brain to see money as something to multiply, not just something to consume. But saving money is just the start. What you do with it next can either make you wealthy or keep you stuck. Start thinking in percentages. If you only think in dollars, you'll always feel like you need more. I'll be fine when I'm making $80K. Then you get there and still feel broke. Why? Because you're probably spending 78 hours of it. The rich think in percentages. If you're saving 40% of your income, you're building wealth far faster than someone earning double your salary, but spending almost all of it. It's not about the size of the paycheck, it's about the size of the gap between what you earn and what you keep. When you buy something, ask yourself, what percentage of my income does this cost? If you make $50K a year and spend $5K on a vacation, that's 10% of your yearly earnings gone in a week. Is it worth it? Maybe, but at least you're aware of the trade-off. This percentage-based thinking protects you from lifestyle creep, that sneaky habit of increasing your spending every time you make more money. Without it, your expenses rise as fast as your income, and you never actually get ahead. But even the smartest money math won't help if you're missing this next shift, the one skill that can pay you for life, no matter what the economy's doing. Learn skills that pay you forever. Here's the part that most people skip. Before passive income becomes passive, there's a learning curve. You've got to build skills first. Think about it. Real estate investing requires you to know how to analyze deals. Running an online store means understanding marketing. Selling anything requires sales skills. Without those, you're gambling, not investing. The more valuable your skills, the less you have to rely on luck or other people. Copywriting, coding, sales, negotiation, and content creation are income engines that can keep paying you for decades. If you learn a skill that can make you an extra $1,000 a month for the rest of your life, that's $12,000 a year, every year, from one skill. Stack a few of those, and you'll never worry about money again. If you are liking the video so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Skills are your engine, but what do you do with those skills? Well, that depends on your network. You've probably heard your network is your net worth, but what most people miss is that networking isn't about collecting contacts. It's about building trust. Make your network your net worth. Broke people network sideways, people at the same level. Rich people network upwards, finding mentors, collaborators, and decision makers who can open doors. And it's not just about who you know. It's about who knows you and what they know you for. If you're known as the go-to person for solving a valuable problem, opportunities start chasing you instead of the other way around. And once you have the right network, you'll need to master the one thing that truly buys freedom, and it's not net worth. Focus on cash flow. Your net worth is a number on paper. Your cash flow is what keeps the lights on. I've seen people brag about being worth millions, but they can't pay their bills because all their money is tied up in illiquid assets. Rich people care about assets that produce monthly cash flow. That's why they love rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, and businesses with recurring revenue. Because cash flow gives you freedom, and freedom is the real definition of rich. Cash flow is freedom, but there's a mindset that makes sure you never miss a life-changing opportunity when it comes knocking. Move fast on opportunities. Poor thinking says, I'll wait for the perfect time. Rich thinking says, I'm playing for decades, but I'll jump when I see the right shot. This is the balance most people miss. You can't build wealth overnight, but you also can't freeze up when opportunities come knocking. Rich people act quickly because they've prepared for a year. They have the savings, the knowledge, and the network ready to pounce. Quick moves can make you rich, but they can also wipe you out. Unless you learn this next rule that keeps the wealthy safe, protect the downside before chasing the upside. This is the shift that keeps rich people from losing it all. Before they invest, they ask, if this goes wrong, how bad can it get? Broke people gamble. Rich people take calculated risks. They ensure what matters, diversify their income, and keep cash reserves. They don't throw their entire savings into one stock tip from a friend. If you want to get rich and stay rich, you've got to protect yourself from the downside first. Because in wealth building, survival is half the game. Once you've protected yourself, there's one more mindset shift that turns money into a game you can win forever. Make money a game you can win forever. Now here's number 10. The mindset almost no one talks about. But it's the reason self-made millionaires keep winning long after they've made their first million. Rich people make money fun. They track it, challenge themselves, set weird personal goals like, can I double my passive income this year? They're curious, competitive, and treat wealth building like a lifelong sport. Broke people see money as stress. Rich people see it as a strategy. That's why they keep winning even after they've made it, because they're still playing the game, just at higher levels. The difference between rich and poor isn't just in the bank account, it's in the brain. If you start shifting how you think about money today, you'll start making different choices tomorrow, and those choices, stacked over years, are what make you rich. Which of these mindsets is the most important? Let us know in the comments section below, and make sure to like the video. Thanks for watching.